Hello, today I'm here to show you my JavaScript website. I created beer pong using just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I think it's pretty cool. I tried to keep it as simple as possible, so hopefully you guys enjoy. So this is my beer pong game. It's pretty simple. It starts with the ball going up and down. You select a value when you click, and then it goes side to side. You select a value when you click again, and then it shoots the ball up, and you hit a cup or you don't. It's pretty simple, and then you get to reshoot. And once you hit all 6 cups, then you win. That's it. It's pretty simple. I think it's pretty cool that something that I made from scratch my friends can enjoy. I sent the link to a bunch of my friends and they seem to be enjoying it, so maybe you will too. I mean, the link's in the description if you want to go try it. My high score is 24 seconds, so let's see if you can beat me. If you do, leave a comment. Alright, and now you're probably wondering, how did I make this? So I'll show you my code. Alright, so I have all of my files right here. I have my cup image, the index script, and style files. It's pretty simple. So we start with our HTML tag. It has the ID HTML so that we can access it through JavaScript. It has the onClick attribute set to shoot Y function that I will show you once we get to the script file. So in the header we have just some meta tags, the title, link to the style sheet, our favicon, and then this meta tag is to style it properly on mobile. Then we have the body, we have our div for the cups with rows. The first row has 3 cups, the second row has 2 cups, and the third row has the final cup. And then we have the shooter div, basically the div that has the ball inside of it, and we connect our script file at the bottom. That's it for the index file, and the CSS, I don't really need to go through it. It's basically just a bunch of styling, and then we have a couple animations down here. Alright, let's get into the good part, the JavaScript. So we're going to start by just declaring some variables so that we can access different elements through our JavaScript. And we're setting the root variable here. We'll use it later. I'll explain it in a little bit. And we have the array cups out. Basically, when you hit a cup, it adds which cup you hit to that array so we can keep track of which cups have been hit so far. And so yeah, let me explain how it works. You start with 6 cups and you have the ball going up and down. And then the HTML tag had the onClick shoot Y function. So once you click, we go into our shoot Y function. The first thing we do is set the variable top to whatever the top value is of the ball at the time when you clicked. So basically the ball is going up and down, and then whenever you click, it gets the value of where the ball was at that time. Then the next 2 lines, we're removing the shoot Y class, which what that's doing is making the ball go up and down. So we remove that, add the shoot X class, which will make it go side to side. And then we set the ball's top position to whatever it was when we clicked it so that it's going up and down, it stops where it is, we set it to that position and add the animation to make it go side to side. So that's basically what we did there. And then we also add the onClick attribute. We're changing that to our new onClick, so the next time you click, it'll call our next function, which is shoot X, and that function requires a parameter, and the parameter is whatever the Y value was. So we set the onClick and add the Y value as the parameter. So that's what we're doing with that line here. And then we set our attribute with that line. So now we have the ball going back and forth and it's waiting for us to click. And so once we click, we go into our shoot X function. And so what we do there, we set our onClick just to nothing, just so that we get rid of it for now, so that we can click on other things, or else it would just mess up and run that function again. So we want to get rid of that. We set our top variable to whatever the parameter was from our first function, and then we set our top int to the exact same thing, except for we're going to parse it into an integer, because for different things we need our value as a string or we need it as an integer. So we just have those 2 variables. And then we do the exact same thing and we get the left value, and we also cast it to an integer. So we have our top int, left int. The new top variable is 325 pixels above where the ball was, and the reason for that is because that's where you're shooting. So that's going to be the end value of where, when you shoot, that's where it's going to end up, is 325 pixels higher. 325 pixels is the height of the cups, by the way. That's where that number comes from. So wherever the ball was when you clicked it, then it goes up 325. So then what we're doing with the next 2 lines is setting our CSS variable so that when it slides up, it goes to the right position. And then we're going to remove the class shoot X so the ball stops going side to side. We're going to add the animation shoot, which makes it actually do the whole slide up animation. it will do that animation and then it would go back to whatever position it was supposed to be in. So we need to set that position to stay in its final position. So that's what we do there. We set the top and the left with these two lines so that it stays in the correct position after the animation is finished. And then we get to the good part of the video, so we're going to check whether or not the ball went into a cup or not. So if the top and the left values are between two certain values, then that means that it's inside of a cup, and so we need to remove the cup and do a bunch of things. So I'll show you how we do that. So if it does land on a cup, then we run the function remove cup with the parameter of whichever cup it hit. And so we'll scroll down to our remove cup function. And so basically we do a check to make sure that the cup hasn't already been hit once, because that's possible. If you hit a cup, you could hit that same position. And then it would add that cup to our cups out array so that, so we're trying to keep track of which cups we've hit, and if we keep track of the same cup twice, then the amount of cups that have been hit would be messed up. And so we only want to add the cup once. So that's why we check if it's already been added, and then don't add it if it already exists. If it doesn't exist, then add it. And then we also add the class fade away, which basically just makes it fade away. After the cup fades away, we check our cups out array to see, have all 6 cups been hit? If they have not been hit, then we go down here to our else, and we just create a reshoot button so that the user can restart the whole process and shoot again. That's all we're doing, is just creating a button, giving it some inner HTML, setting some attributes, and then appending it to our document. When the user clicks the reshoot button, it runs the reshoot function, and basically all that does is just sets everything up to start the whole process again. So it just removes all the animations that have been added, adds the shoot Y animation to restart it, sets the top and left back to 0 so that it's in the right position, and adds the on click so that everything's ready to go and you can restart and shoot again. So if they did hit all 6 cups, then we set the time variable equal to the return of our timer function. The timer function basically just compares the time of completion of you hitting all 6 cups with the time that you loaded the web page, and then basically subtracts the two so it gets the amount of time that you've been on the web page for, and returns it. And so it creates a p element and puts in that value with seconds, so it tells you how many seconds it took you. My high score is 24, see if you can beat me. Then we also create a restart button, and the restart button just reloads the page. It has the attribute location reload, and so that just reloads the page and restarts. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys understood, because this was my first JavaScript tutorial, but I think it was a pretty good one. I really enjoyed creating this beer pong game, and I think you'll have a lot of fun just playing it if you want to go try it out. You can look at the code on my GitHub, or you can just click the link in the description to the code or to the game if you just want to play it. And so thank you for watching this video. Leave a like and comment your score, see how long it takes you. Comment that down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.